It's time now for this week's Chevy Spotlight. In 2013, the Devine Warhorses were 2 overtimes away from a district title, but they did secure a spot in the playoffs, keeping a tradition alive.
We do currently still hold the longest streak in the state of Texas in Class 4A consecutive years in the playoffs. So, I was real proud of the kids. We got a lot of those kids back.
One of those returners is senior Dylan Montes, a 3-year starter on the offensive and defensive line.
Dylan's a kid that even in our playoff run in 2011 as a freshman, he came up, worked hard, overachiever, great practice player that year. When we went 4 deep, we got a lot out of him. Had a really good sophomore campaign for us. Your typical Devine kid, tough kid, overachiever. A really good leader for us.
Freshman year was a big one, very inspirational. We had a great team. Sophomore year, had a decent team, a lot of the same guys. Didn't do as well, but we did pretty good. Last year, kind of a stepping stone, kind of gives us inspiration to do better this year.
Dylan is a big part of the inspiration for the Warhorses this year after suffering what could have been a career-ending injury in 2013.
We kind of found the actual injury by accident. Thought it was just sore back, maybe having spasms, maybe some bulging discs, stuff like that. Went in for an MRI and I found out I had spinal stenosis, which is actually the narrowing of the spinal column and causes your spinal cord to get pinched off.
Surgery was required, and fortunately for Dylan, his injury was fixable and had not reached a life-altering point, but the road to recovery would be a long one.
Extremely frustrating at first, extremely. 2 weeks afterwards, just getting in and out of bed was difficult. Walking to the restroom, putting on shorts was pain. And I remember even texting Coach Quiz saying this sucks, and Coach Gomez said, "Oh, man, it's terrible." I feel like you go from being able to do whatever you want to do as a kid and as a teenager, and then not even able to get out of bed and slip on a pair of shorts. It was hard.
But Dylan was determined to make it back for his senior season.
Very determined during his rehab, worked extremely hard, he really got after it. In fact, we kind of had to put the brakes on him in the spring. He was wanting to jump out there with us and go full bore, and all I would let him do is jog. And he didn't appreciate that at all.
It turned out to be for the better, as Dylan was able to make a full recovery and be cleared to return to the sport he loves, back on the field, hopefully leading the Warhorses to another playoff spot. Congratulations to Dylan Montes for being this week's Chevy Spotlight.